Now, tomorrow is Election Day in Oregon, so if you misplaced your ballot, it's time to go find it. These special election years, they don't have the big presidential races or the big congressional races, but they are still very important. Most of your ballot is probably going to be filled with school board races, and some of them are getting pretty contentious. We've been hearing from people across Oregon and Washington who have been seeing things that they've really never seen before at a school board race. Like, I don't know, people bringing rifles to a school board forum in the Beaverton School District, and political action groups spending thousands of dollars to back their candidates. These school board seats are unpaid positions, by the way, and they're supposed to be nonpartisan, but it's 2021, so this is what we get. The school board race in Bend is getting national attention. The Bend Bulletin has been reporting on it, and their coverage is worth your time. 4 conservative candidates have refused to participate in local forums where members of the community ask the candidates questions, find out what they think, where they stand on certain topics. But instead, they have gone on Fox News to talk about, quote, wokeness and white guilt in the schools. Fox News host Laura Ingraham says they're running, quote, on a platform of breaking the woke monopoly that's brainwashing their kids. They're upset about critical race theory, and for one thing, in schools. We've told you about that before. It's a framework that examines the way that racism impacts people across all subjects. But some conservatives say it treats students unequally, and they're worried that it makes white kids feel guilty about being white. We're going to be digging more into critical race theory this week, so please send us your questions and your comments on it. And remember, the school board influences a lot of things. They hire the superintendent, they establish the district's policies, they negotiate salaries and benefits, and they handle the district's budget, which at times can be millions and millions of dollars. Not to mention, a lot of politicians actually start out as school board members, including Oregon Secretary of State Shemia Fagan, who is now second in line to be the governor.